Want to scale your marketing automation without worrying about lost leads or jam funnels? In this video, I'm going to show you a simple yet powerful way to create an unbreakable link between your marketing platform and any self or cloud hosted system so you never miss a message, even when your pipeline is overloaded. If you're an agency looking to deliver rock solid results for your clients, stick around. By the end of this video, you'll see how to easily handle massive volumes of requests while ensuring every critical piece of data lands exactly where it needs to go. Ready to take your automations to the next level? Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take a look at a GHL contact list. I've preloaded some fake data inside of this. So there's about just short of 19,000 records in here with bogus information. And I also have a single tag that we're going to use to apply to these contacts when they've been successfully processed. There's a single automation with a single step. Can't be any easier, right? That's just going to call a standard webhook. So these are not the premium webhooks. It's just a standard webhook. And all it's going to do is call a CribOps webhook, and I'll explain what that is here in a second. Next thing is on the receiving side is N8N. And also a very simple workflow, because we're not here to talk about all the super fancy AI does everything, including cook your breakfast workflows. This is getting messages from point A to point B. Your work goes here. Right here is just a wait state for this, just to demonstrate that you could do something in between. So this is an inbound webhook. It does a wait state, calls the HighLevel node, and then just checks if it's successful or not. And I have an error trigger here to just send me a note via Slack if there's a problem. So what's making the magic in between to make sure we don't lose a message is CribOps, which is a product by Cloud Bedrock. Link in the description below. But I'm going to log into my Cloud Bedrock that's running here on premise in a Docker container on my Mac. And you can run that Docker container anywhere. So on the dashboard here is a view of all the jobs that are transiting through CribOps. Here is where we've created that public webhook that GHL is sending to. So GHL is sending to a webhook in the cloud, and CribOps is consuming from a durable queue where all those messages can be piled up in the event that the system is down for whatever reason. If my internet's down for a spell, no worries. We can store those messages for you and pick them back up when you're ready. The other thing it does is it's able to massively receive tons of messages and buffer in between your system and the cloud to make sure that your system doesn't get overwhelmed by the number of messages coming in. So we also have a dashboard view again that you can take full screen so that you can monitor the requests that are coming in. We're going to start with something really simple and just send, like a couple here. So we'll go back over to the GHL view. We'll go into contacts, and let's just select 20 records, and we'll say start an automation. We're going to set that automation. We're going to say send them all at once, send 20. So now we're telling GHL to schedule those messages, right? And you can come back over here to the jobs view, and you can see them, coming in now, and they've already, completed. So it took that that long to take 20 messages and buffer them both in the cloud and within CribOps, because CribOps durably stores those messages well and then attempts to send them over to N8N. So now if you come over to N8N and look at the executions, you can also see the executions there and see what the message looks like, when it's, coming into each, stage, right? Okay, so now we're back over in GHL. We're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and select all the records, and we'll just send them all. And we can do it all at once. You may find that you're going to overwhelm the threshold of GHL on the call. So there are, steps that you can take in N8N to delay that. or you could delay it on the send as well using GHL's drip feature, right? But essentially now you're seeing this process starting and the messages are flowing in. If you come over here and look at the jobs screen, you can see that these messages are coming in. And let's demonstrate what would happen if N8N would be disabled for a period of time. Let's say a cat tripped over a network cable, right? If we come back over here and look at the jobs, now you'll see that there's these retry things happening. So the messages are going into the retryable. So now you've found that the cat's tripped that cable over, and you've plugged it back in. And now the messages are going down from the retryable and sending back through. So when GHL sends those messages to the webhook, CribOps in the cloud has a load balancer and then an array of webhook processors that are very scalable and automatically scale as traffic increases. And then we take those messages coming into the webhook processor and durably store them into a queuing mechanism. Wherever you have CribOps running, which is a Docker container that includes the CribOps software and a Postgres database, uh, it consumes from these queues and then sends the message to the appropriate N8N or whatever endpoint you have, whether that's on premise or it's out in the cloud somewhere. Doesn't really matter. CribOps doesn't care. The chief advantage with this one is that you're not losing the messages because we're durably storing them here. We're also buffering them so that you don't get overwhelmed with the amount of messages. This is highly scalable queuing mechanism. And then also, if the internet connection was broken here, then you can have either CribOps running in more than one location, or if you only have one location, that's fine. As soon as the internet connection comes back up, CribOps will start consuming from that queue, and the messages will keep flowing. That's it in a nutshell. GHL and N8N made better together with CribOps.